Good afternoon, Yankees Nation. You're here with Ken, and we are on the ugly truth. Today's open panel is a discussion about the Yankees postseason run. Where do we stand? How are we all doing today? I want to extend my appreciation for everybody who's taken time to drop into this stream. In my standard Tuesday, Thursday format, this is going to be an open panel. So, hence, I will drop the link here shortly. Hey, Mike, how's it going? I have been doing a lot of play-by-plays lately, and interestingly enough, I thought the Yankees were just the sole drawers of really bad umpiring. But as I've called games for different teams, I called a Astros Angels game earlier this week, and the umpiring was extraordinarily bad. And then that same day, I called a Diamondbacks Rangers game in which the umpiring officials essentially gave the Texas Rangers 2 runs that tied the ball game up. They went into extra innings, and subsequently the Diamondbacks lost. My big beef with umpiring is these guys are supposed to be passive observers of the game that promulgate it going through. And it seems more and more so that the umpires are not passive. Their bad calls are affecting the games, forcing good hitters to swing at pitches outside the zone because, frankly, they don't know if they're actually going to be called strikes or not. Last night's game, for instance, the average norm. I'll bring up a statement from Michael. The umpiring in the major league level is at an all-time worst. I couldn't agree with you more. Every stream that you hear, hey, Jonathan, how are you doing? I am constantly complaining about balls and strikes that are being called. The established league norm for umpires calling the balls and strikes is they should be at a 95% rate. There are actually very few umpires that get to that mark. The umpire last night for the Yankees game was at a 90% level in accuracy for balls and strikes. I want to say that he missed almost 21 pitches. The way the chart sits down, if my son here, John, was here, he would be able to explain it better than I. But basically, the favorability chart showed that the calls were at the dish favored the Astros, essentially gave them between 1 and 2 runs that they shouldn't have had. And guess what? Those 2 runs cost the Yankees a game. 2 runs cost the Diamondbacks a game 3 days ago. So these guys are no longer passive figures, and there's no recourse. Major League Baseball is not retraining these umpires. They are not reviewing their stuff. They're not being held to any standard, and that is completely unacceptable. The implementation of the ABS system is an automatic must. It has to happen. These guys are affecting postseason play. Player performance. It's granted, the Yankees did lose last night, and there were several areas where they could have helped themselves. However, they were kicked over the edge by the by the umpiring, and it seemed like they were damn near on the Astros payroll last night. Pretty aggravating. And let's see. Another comment by Michael. It's not just the Yankees being affected, but it's very frustrating. Was last night, and the Yankees got the short end of the stick. Umpires clearly favored the Astros, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And let's see, what has Landon got to say? Ken, the catcher grab the ball outside the plate and move it in. Yeah, they call that pitch framing. When the ABS system comes online, that is going to be a dead skill set, not one that I'm actually in favor of anyhow. This is a largely unscripted show today. I just wanted to talk basically about the umpires, about where we're looking at for our postseason run. Hey, Victor, how you doing? Yeah, Victor, you are absolutely right. We are stuck with this exact same crappy crew who threw out one of our players needlessly. Last night we had Williams ejected and Boone ejected. I'm curious who else is going to hit the bricks tonight. Honestly, Eric, do you think they've always been bad, or just more info for fans to know if they're right or wrong? That's probably part of it, but honestly, I can't think of a season where so many games that I have called have been directly impacted by the umpires. I mean, the review is a good thing for field umpires, but some of the rules that constrain them piss me off too, because they are told ahead of time when it goes to review in New York that whichever umpire made the call, they're given their decision up front. And if they don't see enough evidence, then they don't overturn the call. The call stands. I don't think they should be given the information. I think they should look at the play, evaluate it, and make the call. And whatever the call is from New York is the call that stands. And let's see. Mike says, last night might have been one of the worst games I have ever seen from an umpire as far as bad calls go. There was a game in Tampa earlier this season that the home plate umpire had a scorecard of 78% accuracy, which is completely ridiculous. You might remember the game. Aaron Judge hit a home run that they said was a foul ball. New York reviewed it and said it's a foul ball. But it was quite clear from any replay angle that we saw that it was actually a home run. And let's see, Landon's got a note. Refs in football, NFL turn. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. For those of you that are actually football fans, tonight is the opening game of the season. It's going to be featuring the Cowboys and the Eagles. So I will not be calling any of that Cowboys-Eagles game. However, I'll keep my ear out and give you announcements during the play-by-play for the Yankees. Now, tomorrow night, I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, and they're playing the Chargers in Brazil. So you may end up hearing some calls from me for that one. And let's see. Another one from Mike. I am starting to wonder if Boone arguing with the umpires so much as hurting the Yankees. Don't think the umpires like Boone, so maybe that's why there are so many calls against the Yankees. Well, honestly, I just think they're bad umpires. And Mike says, I'm 100% or 1,000% sure the day ends. The Yankees announced Judge needs surgery. It has been way too long. He's actually been in pre-games thrown from the outfield to the bases, and they're reporting that he's actually close to returning to the field. All right. I have got not a hell of a lot more to say, but I will open the panel up and allow anyone to come up. Link is set. Do we have any anticipations for tonight's game? If you didn't know, tonight is going to feature Carlos Rodon, 15-7 with a 3.18 ERA versus Christian Javier, 1-1 with a 3.38 ERA. For tonight's Yankee lineup, we're going to have Grisham in center field leading off, Rice at first base hitting in the 2-hole, the captain DHing hitting in the 3-hole. Belly will be cleaning up in right field. Stanton will be in left field hitting in the 5-hole. Jazz will be at second hitting in the 6-hole. Wells will be behind the dish hitting out of the 7-hole. Volpe will be in the shortstop position hitting out of the 8-hole. And McMahon will be bringing up the rear with excuse me for a sec. All right.
And they've got X posts for every single one of them.
All right. My son John has come in and they have a website called
umpscorecards.com.
umpscorecards.com, and it has impactful calls missed. Number one was in the bottom of the 8th, Williams to Trammell, 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-0 count. Strike is called a ball. Second impactful call, bottom of the 1st, Warren to Altuve, 1 out. Run on first, 1-2 count. Strike is called a ball. Third one, top of the 4th, Alexander to Stanton. 0 outs, 2-0 count. Ball is called a strike. And they said the true impactful calls for their accuracy was only 85%. And we have Jonathan hopping in the stream, so we're going to bring him up.
Hi.
Hi, Jonathan. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, what's wrong? Something's wrong here. I need to log out for a second. I'll come back.
Okay. And so much for Jonathan. And before we get too far into this, I want to welcome Landon Holder, Michael Dorbick, Nancy, Jonathan, Victor, Eric D. And let's see, Jonathan is back.
And I'm sorry. I think when my computer updated it, it said something strange. I had to fix it.
All right. John the Beagle Dad and Lou, thank you for taking time out of your busy Thursday to hop into the stream. Appreciate y'all being here. Welcome, Michael and Just. How y'all doing? like I said, part of what we want to talk about today is the Yankees postseason prospects. How are we feeling about them?
Postseason, I have my concerns, of course, but overall, I think with a fully healthy lineup going forward, and obviously, I think starting pitching will be our strength. But we will really have to see how Judge performs. I think he will be the key to the postseason.
If y'all didn't know, Roman Anthony, the young superstar for the Red Sox, is going to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks.
I think Anthony is out for the rest of the year
with an oblique strain, so definitely could be out for the rest of the year.
And I also think that him being out could cost him the Rookie of the Year.
Let's see, Mike. We've got Mike asked me after the Red Sox series. Beagle Dad asked him after the Toronto series. Mike says he believes that the real weakness is the bullpen on the team.
Yes, the bullpen is a problem. Devin Williams is. I'm not even sure if I bring Devin Williams back next year. I think Luke Weaver is more likely.
Lou, you made the comment, that's terrible. What's terrible?
Be more specific.
Me personally, I'm not as worried about the bullpen. I suspect that there are going to be moves prior to the postseason roster. The dude is in. Are you talking about Judge Lou?
I hear that from. I think he's talking about Anthony.
No, I'm talking. I know who Mike is talking about. Lou says the dude is injured.
Anthony.
Oh,
he's talking about Anthony.
The Red Sox. Roman Anthony. Yeah, he's hurt. It's going to be interesting to see how they make adjustments for him, since they basically have called everybody out of the minor leagues that they possibly could to bring him up to their active roster.
You know what I think also might be a little bit more helpful with the fans? I think they have to get rid of the box on television. I think it served no purpose. The strike zone imaginary box on television,
Yeah.
it served no purpose. And it's not fully accurate. It's not really, it's just there for your enjoyment. I don't think it serves a beneficial for the fan experience.
Me personally, when I'm calling play-by-plays, I'm not really paying attention to the box. I'm actually I'm using a pitcher's perspective of the plate.
Yeah, I think honestly they should just get rid of the box.
But I think honestly, with regard to the Yankees, the roster as we go forward, I do not believe that Devin Williams is going to be part of our postseason roster.
No, I don't think so.
I can't see him being brought, and I'm very suspect whether Octavio or Camilo Doval will be part of the postseason roster.
No, man, it's very strange. How many bullpen pieces do we keep in postseason?
We can keep 13, I believe.
13. So who are the 13 pitchers that you personally would keep? Not the Yankees. If you were the manager into the postseason, who are the 13 pitchers on your roster?
My 13 pitchers. My long relief guys are going to be Blackburn and probably Yarborough if he's not in the actual rotation. My middle relief guys are going to be Leiter Jr., Yuri De Los Santos, and possibly that one's a tough one.
Yeah, go to the 40-man roster and just look at it if you need help. David Bednar.
Bednar's my lock closer. Weaver is my lock setup guy. My lefty specialist is going to be
Yarbo.
Tim Hill. Tim Hill is going to be my specialist, and I might bring on Brett Hedrick too.
Brent Hedrick.
He's rehabbing right now.
Yes, I just heard. I just got the news today. They just announced he was doing the rehab.
I might consider Scott Efros on the postseason roster.
Efros we haven't seen all year really.
Well, he was up in 3 different stints. He did not get his head kicked in when he showed up and was sent down because he has options.
Well, I don't know why he should be called up in this year. And honestly, I
wouldn't be surprised if Greg Bird is brought back up.
Greg Bird? Jake
Bird, I mean, excuse me.
Wrong Bird. Yeah. I personally would like to see Spencer Jones called up at some point towards the end of the season. I know we have to make a 40-man roster spot for him, but I would, if Austin Slater, I think Austin Slater is gonna come back, but if he can't, I would put him on the 6D and I would call up Spencer Jones just to give him a taste of Major League before the end of the year.
Slater is in his 4th rehab start, so I think he's coming up sooner than later, and I believe that JC Escarra will be the one that's sent down on that when he's ready to go.
JC Escarra is the backup catcher. Who's going to be the backup catcher if you drop him?
Rice.
Rice?
Yeah. I think that Escarra was brought up as a placeholder, nothing more than that.
Yeah, but
he's been up. He's been up for what?
A few days. They called up Escarra on the 1st on Monday.
Edward. So he's been on the roster for 3 days. We haven't seen hide or hair of him yet, and I don't suspect that we will.
So if that's the case, why even have him on the roster? Do you think they will drop him at the end of the year to make room for a 40-man roster spot and protect the young catcher in the minors?
I don't think so. I don't think any of our young catchers in the minors are actually Rule 5 eligible.
No?
No. We had 2 that were Rule 5 eligible, and we traded them both.
Well, I wonder why. Why did the Yankees trade so many of their good young catchers, and they always come back to to hurt the Yankees on different teams? Always.
Let's see. Michael's got 4 comments I'm going to bring up. I hate to look ahead, but at a bit of, we have to win 2 out of 3 against Toronto. I think we're fully capable of that. We have to play clean baseball. If we play clean baseball, we will beat the Blue Jays.
Well, clean baseball is very hard for the Yankees at this point. They haven't shown consistently that they can play cleanly, and that's a big problem.
Michael doesn't like Leiter, but would pitch him ahead of both Williams and Duvall. Agree on that one.
Yeah. Well, Williams, I don't see Williams on the team next year, honestly.
He's not going to be on the team next year.
I don't even think he gets a QO.
Why would you? He's making $11 million right now. If we offer him a qualifying offer, that's going to be $22 million. He's going to get an $11 million pay raise to pitch like shit. I don't see that happening.
He should have been traded at the deadline, honestly.
Landon,
Yes, sir.
what have you got to say, brother?
Not much. Just get the win.
Say that what again?
Just get the win there. Judge got a homer for me tonight.
I personally think that the Yankees do have a good shot at making the postseason. If we were to go 6-6, I don't think that hurts us in the 12 run. But I fully anticipate that the Yankees are going to take the series tonight. That'll be one down. Next one up, Toronto. And I'll tell you what, Detroit is not playing good either. I like our chances against them, especially since we won't be facing Tariq Skubal.
Detroit, I think Detroit, we could win at least two of the games. But
And Mike, the problem you're talking about with the bullpen, I think that goes for every team across the board. If our starters are only giving us 5, we've got to get 12 outs out of the pen. We need to do better than 6-6 to have any shot at the division. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the Yankees also have 6 big games coming up in the next 10 days. 3 against the Blue Jays and 3 against the Red Sox. Those 6 games alone could decide the AL East.
I am not worried particularly about the Blue Jays. I am worried about the Red Sox.
Yeah, they also have 6 games against the Orioles later in the month.
I don't think the Orioles have the pitching to stand up to us.
No, they traded a lot of they're rebuilding the whole organization, and over the last 2 years they traded a lot of their good players.
Well, Felix Bautista is their number 1 closer, and he's injured.
Yeah,
not sure that he's even coming back this season.
No,
their next best pitcher was Sir Anthony Dominguez, and he was traded to the Blue Jays. Cedric Mullins was the bat that killed us, and he was traded at the deadline. And Mike says we have too many games where the starters give us only 5 innings, puts a lot of pressure on the bullpen. I agree with that, but recently our starters have actually been getting us 6, some cases 7 innings. I'm thinking that that's an upward trend that's going to continue. I mean, last night, if you look at Will Warren was pulled out with 68 pitches, and he certainly could have gone further.
I have no idea why he didn't go 6 innings yesterday.
I have the sneaking suspicion that Alvarez was coming up to bat, and Alvarez had hammered him, and Boone didn't want to give him another shot at him.
But he's at 68 pitches.
I understand that. And I wouldn't have pulled him myself, but some analytics bonehead probably had some input on that one.
Well, analytics are killing the game, and they're killing the Yankees specifically. Ever since they've hired Boone, they've used analytic-driven data, and that has not worked well with the Yankees. They haven't.
I don't think analytics is killing the game. I think the interpretation for the Yankees is hurting us with regard to analytics. They have a lot of smart Harvard Ivy League people in their analytics department who have absolutely no freaking baseball sense whatsoever. And they look straight numbers. And straight numbers don't delineate the game.
No. And that's a problem. They probably spend tens of millions of dollars on those numbers, and they got nothing for it.
And let's see. Welcome, David. David has a point. Trade Volpe, Wells, Williams, Fire Cashman, and
Williams is a free agent.
So you're going to get that wish right off the bat.
Well, the problem with trading Wells is you already traded some of your top catching talent that can replace him immediately. They traded I think they traded 4 catchers this year in the last year that could have replaced Austin Wells.
Well, let's see. We traded Augustine Ramirez.
Yes.
Carlos Narvaez. Estevan Florial.
Florial wasn't a catcher.
Or not Rafael
Flores. Rafael Flores was the catcher I thought, and I thought could have been the future long-term catcher. And trading him was a move I didn't want. I thought next year he could have been a starter. Flores.
And Jesus Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez could be a starter right now, but maybe he would have been a placeholder. But
possibly.
That guy Flores, I think trading him was a mistake long term.
Hey, Cold Italian Pizza, welcome to the stream. You too, Felix. For those of you
I don't even know who is the closest catcher the Yankees have in their system right now, ever since the trade deadline. They don't have a catcher and none of the top 30 prospects are catchers anymore.
The 2 that we had, we traded.
I know. They don't have one.
And I think that Rice is the catcher. I like it better behind the dish than I do at first base. And we also traded Luis Torrens to the Mets.
Yes, him too. So the Yankees traded a lot of catchers over the last year and a half, really. And I hated the Flores trade.
So here's a question for you. Jason Dominguez, does he make the postseason roster? If not, who takes his spot?
Right? If it was up to me making the team, I probably would not put him on the roster. There would be 4. I would put, Bellinger, Grisham, Judge, and Slater.
Okay. So who takes Dominguez's spot?
Slater.
I think Slater's going to take Escar's slot.
Well, then Dominguez has to be on the roster because he's the 4th outfielder. Unless you have Stanton play the outfield.
Would you consider bringing Spencer Jones up to take his spot?
I would, but you need to call him up now.
Okay.
Spencer Jones needs to be on the roster in September in order to play in the postseason. I would have.
Is that necessarily true? Didn't the Dodgers have a guy who didn't play in their regular season, was added to their postseason roster last year against us in the series?
I think he was on the 40-man roster. Jones is not on the 40-man roster.
But putting Jones on the 40-man roster is an administrative move right now. All they have to do is move Jonathan Loizaga to the 60-day IL, and it's a done deal. You could add Spencer Jones right there.
Yes, and you need to put a guy on the 40-man roster before putting him on the 26. So Jones has to be on the 40-man roster before the end of the season in order to make the postseason.
Well, if you look at the AAA schedule, I believe their season is over with on the 22nd of September.
Well, it's possible that after that day or before then, whenever they get eliminated from the I don't know about their playoff schedule in AAA, but it's possible when AAA season is done, Spencer Jones could be added to the 40. But I don't know the full details of the rules, but I think you have to be on the 40-man before the end of the season in order to join the postseason roster. But
I think that's accurate. I think he has to be on the 40-man. I don't think you can do it after the season is over with. But I don't believe that he has to play at the major league level at all.
No. I think he has to be on the 40-man in order to be added to the postseason roster.
Okay, fair enough.
But Jones is not even on the 40-man.
Once again,
I would offer Grisham a qualifying offer. I don't think Bellinger is eligible for a qualifying offer because I believe
he is not.
He received one already. If he
Yep.
wasn't, I would give him a qualifying offer. But I would definitely give Grisham a qualifying offer.
Bellinger had a qualifying offer, so he's no longer eligible for one.
Yes, you can only get one qualifying offer in your career. That didn't used to be the case before the previous CBA.
And for those of you that are here, I appreciate you spending time on Yankees The Ugly Truth. If you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing.
How about this? Here's a question. If you had a choice, I guess this is a two-part question. If you had a choice, who would you bring back between Weaver and Williams, and who do you think the Yankees will bring back between the two?
Well, Weaver is a fringe player for me with regard to bringing him back, and there's no chance in hell that I'm bringing Williams back whatsoever. Right now, Weaver is on a $2.5 million deal, and his body of work to me doesn't say closer, so I'm not offering him closer money. If I'm bringing him back, it may be a 2 or 3 year deal at $5 million a pop.
Do you think he could get more than that on the open market, though?
Maybe
Maybe
not.
He can get $8 to $10 million from a team
It's possible.
for 3 to 4 years.
And let's see. Yassine is in the background, so we're going to bring him up. Hey, Yassine, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Not bad. Can you turn your mic volume up just a tad bit because I'm having a bit of difficulty listening to you?
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear that the home plate umpire last night was a Red Sox fan and that it was a picture of him wearing a Red Sox shirt?
Yes. The home plate umpire was a Red Sox fan. Is a Red Sox fan.
No reason to apologize, Mike. But like I said, these umpires should be passive observers of the game, not active participants, and they are entrenching themselves into the body of the game.
And Lou, your example, I would offer Bellinger that money, 7 at 210, maybe 7 at 200. I would offer Bellinger that contract. I think he's worth around $30 million a year.
I mean, God's honest truth. Cashman did a great job at the trade deadline to solidify positions for us. We were going to have at least 3 holes in the bullpen. He filled those at the deadline with controllable pieces. He plugged the hole that we had at third base with McMahon. I know a lot of people are not happy about his at bats, but
His defense.
personally, his defense makes up the difference for me. Our outfield situation, we're going to have to mitigate Grisham, Bellinger, Dominguez. I mean, me personally, if I was the king of the Yankee organization,
if you were George Steinbrenner for a day in living today, you would be making the decision.
well, my decision would be I would bring both Bellinger and Grisham back.
Yeah.
I would be going to talk to Pittsburgh about moving Dominguez and Jones over to him for Paul Skeens.
Yeah. I don't think you can get Paul Skeens without trading Spencer Jones.
Well, I'm offering them. I'm sending them both. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, Spencer Jones is a prospect who's done nothing for the Yankees at the major league level.
Wow.
If I'm going to trade him, I'm going to trade him for somebody that I've got control on, that I know is going to be bringing value to my team. And if you could imagine a rotation with Cole, Fried, Rodon, Skeens, possibly Schlittler, maybe Warren.
The other thing is, I think if Pirates are trading you Jones, Skeens, I have a feeling Schlittler is going to be part of that deal.
Maybe.
They will want young pitching in that deal. That's not a question.
We have plenty of young pitching. I'd be willing to move Ben Hess to him,
Bryce Cunningham,
possibly Cunningham. I mean, if you look at it, if we were to bring in that type of a horse rotation, how could they ever break in?
Well, the Yankees did draft a lot of pitching in the last 2 drafts, so they have plenty of it.
34 pitchers in 2 drafts between the international free agent and the major leagues.
Well, some of them have to be traded, or else you're going to lose them in the Rule 5 draft. That's
Exactly.
That's the one thing I don't like about the Rule 5 draft is that you have to. Well, you're losing players for nothing. You're getting $50,000 worth for every player, and some players turn out to be great. I just hope the Yankees trade can get something out of them before they reach the Rule 5 draft.
Completely agree. And let's see. Comment from a couple of them.
Here's an idea, and this is a question. In the next CBA, would you consider moving up the trade deadline by 2 weeks? So instead of July 31st, have it August 14th. Just move it up 2 weeks.
Well, me personally, where it's set at right now, there are too many teams that are in play for postseason. If you're sitting at 500, you're on the fringe of being a wild card team.
Yes.
So that really doesn't delineate who your sellers and buyers are.
Well, that is one. The purpose of my question is because of the expanded playoffs. The expanded playoffs allowed more teams to be available for the postseason. in the purpose of my question is because you have more teams in the postseason, you have more time. You're going to need a little bit more time to determine who you're trading in before the trade deadline. Which, is my question: why not expand the trade deadline by 2 weeks?
I wouldn't have any issue with it.
I think that's the whole purpose of my thinking of expanding in 2 weeks, just because you have more options going to the postseason. You added more teams, therefore you have to add more time for the end of the trade deadline. I honestly think it would benefit baseball to have a 2-week extension of the trade deadline. August 14th, August 15th, same thing, 2 weeks.
And let's see. Michael says he likes McMahon's defense. Wholeheartedly agree. And it would be a huge downgrade if Dominguez tried to replace Grisham or Bellinger next season. Without a doubt in my mind.
Well, I think, as I said, I think Dominguez is going to get traded in the offseason, and I think both one of either Grisham and Bellinger are going to return. But I'm putting a 95% chance at Dominguez being traded. 95%.
I mean, when you're looking at Judge, Bellinger, and Grisham, you have a locked out outfield. You have great arms out there, great field awareness, and they track down a crap load of balls.
And Bellinger can also play first.
Yep. Personally, my first base move is to bring Rumsfeld up.
Yes, I think Rumsfeld should be protected from the Rule 5 draft.
I think Rumsfeld should have come up last year, personally.
Well, I think he should be up in September now.
Well,
He would give the Yankees a solid first baseman with a glove and a bat.
I would have liked
a lefty bat.
I would have liked to have Rumsfeld on the roster with Goldschmidt being a mentor type first baseman for him.
Well, they. Listen, who's on the roster in the infield right now? You have 60 Shoemake. The guy Brendan Shoemake, you can easily drop him and call up on the field.
Yep.
That's your 40-man roster move. Because Shoemake, I have no idea what he's doing on this team anyway. He's a fill-in guy for someone. Why not call up Brunfield, put him on the 40-man roster, and drop Shoemake?
Got no issues there. All right, folks. It's about 10 till 7. And if nobody else wants to come up, I'm going to. Yeah, Rumsfeld is a contact hitter, and he's doing very well down in AAA.
Do you have any other thoughts of today's game?
I was going to
before
say,
you sign off?
Go ahead, Yassine.
are you surprised Dominguez is in a lineup because he has a home run against Javier?
Am I surprised that he's in the lineup?
Oh, he's not in the lineup.
No, he's not. No, I'm not surprised because they don't want to pull Stanton's bat out of the lineup, and Dominguez would be in left field. His decision-making process on where to throw the ball is questionable. He's had a lot of errors with regard to that. And frankly, Dominguez scares the crap out of me on every route that he takes to a ball. He's like one of the freaking cardiac kids. Years ago when we didn't have left fielders and we had the four horsemen out there, he reminds me of one of them, except he can hit a little bit better.
Remember when they had Willie Calhoun playing left field?
Who?
Willie Calhoun in left field.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
IK up in left field.
that was a I don't know what they were
They
thinking.
had IKF play
didn't-
center
they
field
didn't
one
have it.
time.
Well, when they had IKF, they played him out of position. IKF was a third baseman, and they never played him at third base. And that's a position they could have.
A Gold Glove third base.
Yes. If you have a Gold Glove third baseman, why are you not playing him anywhere but third base?
I don't have an answer for you, Jonathan. That is the Yankee way. Play players out of position constantly.
Well, if you had him at third base and he played well, you could have kept him this year, and you wouldn't even have to trade for McMahon. And you probably would have had better defense in the World Series, which was again the Dodgers made the Yankees look like the laughing stock. I mean, your neighborhood little league team could have beaten the Yankees in the World Series.
Well, the Yankees made themselves look bad.
Yes.
And frankly, last year in the series, our starting rotation just wasn't that great.
No, only Cole was.
Clark Schmidt crumbled under the pressure. Luis Hill was burnt out. He had pitched more innings than he'd ever professionally pitched,
Well,
which is something I think won't happen this year.
no. But they probably should have rested him a little bit more at the end of the season,
You know,
along with Cole. The big mistake is once they clinched the playoff spot and the best record, they probably should have given their starters maybe even more rest than they could have had. If they did that, it's possible that Cole may have not been injured this year because Cole ramped up too much last year and in the offseason, and that's why he got hurt.
Jake Bowers.
Jake Bowers.
He was playing right field also that year too.
Well, like I said, I'm going to end this stream. So I want to thank everybody for taking time to be here. I want to thank Jonathan, Yassine, and Landon for coming up on the stage. Most appreciated. Appreciate y'all's contributions and support. And before I shut it down, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And I will be back at 7:35 to do the rubber match play-by-play of the Yankees versus the Astros, hopefully with the series win and a good result. Following that, head over to NY Yankee Mania with Joe for post-game review. And I'll end in traditional fashion. Let's go Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great night. Hope to see you in the next stream.